Welcome back to YouTube, everyone. Derek here, back finally. Sorry for the long break, guys. Just got back from the Cape the other day. I'm sorry I was supposed to record this video earlier, but some personal stuff came up. So I'm here now. This is a return to the Western series, and also is a very special weekend project that I had planned. It's going to be a crossover between this series and also my other series that's going to be tomorrow. It came from the 80s. I'm going to be reviewing two films from one of my favorite directors of all time. Both these films are first-time watches, and they're both films directed by yours truly, Lucio Fulci, the Italian maestro of gore, as he has come to be known. What I got for you is a film from 1975. It was put out by Blue Underground. It's the uncut version of this film. For the Apocalypse. Apocalypse. My bad. Mouth's dry, so I can't really talk. Main plot of this one is you're introduced to Stubby Preston, who's played by Fabio Testi, great genre actor from Italian cinema. I've seen him in a few things before. Stubby's like this big time gambler. He comes into a town and gets arrested. Sorry. And in the cell he meets three of the other main characters in this film. One's a prostitute, the other's like the town drunk, and the other's a guy who can see, he's pretty much mad because he says he sees dead people all the time. He's played by what the fuck's his name? Harry Braid. Famous black actor. Well, he's famous in my circles. I know a few of his films that I've seen him in. What happens is they end up escaping from the jail and they go on a journey together, these four characters. And then they meet up with the main, like, antagonist of their struggles. This character named Chaco, played by the famous Thomas Milan. I've seen him in films like Don't Torture a Duckling, a few other like crime films. Chaco puts them through a great struggle, like this group's struggle to survive, and what happens is there's a chain reaction to what happens when they meet Chaco, and characters' struggles and their tribulations and stuff, and basically Stubby's the main like one who gets affected by all of this, and he wants to get revenge on Chaco for what he did to him and his friends and the effects that happened to his friends. That's basically the plot of the film. Now, my thoughts on this one. I knew Fulci from like his horror films, but I gotta say, he had so much more to offer with like films like this. This film like had like a inner message, and you could see that like I said, through Stubby's eyes, like his character grows throughout the film. Like when you first meet him, he's like a big shot gambler, but then you get to see the real person inside of him. It's actually a really great performance by Fabio Testi in my eyes, and it should be seen. Like, his performance is really good. Thomas Milan, he drifts out in and out of the film, but his presence, like, you know, like that's on Stubby's mind is to get Chaco back, and you know that's gonna happen sooner or later in the Wild West. The rest of the cast is pretty good. The guy who plays the drunk, I forget his name, his character's name. I really thought he was like, he really looked the part and stuff. He was really interesting, and the girl plays she's a pregnant prostitute. On top of that, it she did a great job too, and like I said, Harry Braid as the excuse me, the guy he played a really crazy role. It's like there's a lot of like other sub characters because they travel through towns and stuff. You get to meet them. They have some interesting characters in those towns too, like the Reverend that they meet halfway through, like near the climax of the film. He was pretty good, and all the other characters from the town that they end up in and stuff. And yeah, not really much to say about this one. It's like a good like I said, it's like a trial and tribulation. You're following these characters through like the vast West, and they're being trialed, like the film says, for the apocalypse. I think it's more like Stubby's like trials and tribulations, and the four like characters are the four horsemen for him, and he has to face all those trials and tribulations and see how those characters affect him. Really blown away by this one. Like this, not really much like gore in this one too, which is there's a few gore scenes. Like there's one brutal scene that involves Chaco. Like that whole scene with him, and he very much tortures this dude. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you any details in that, but yeah, that was pretty hard to watch. And the other scene that follows after that one, that was a pretty hard scene to watch. So if I had to rate for the Apocalypse for a first time watch, I'm gonna give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It did kind of drag a little too long in my eyes. It just some of it, and it had the score. It had like a Simon and Garfunkel score. I don't know who actually did the score, and it has vocal score like Kiyomo did. It worked, but it was more like happy and didn't really fit the mood for the film, in my opinion. But for the Apocalypse, I'm gonna raise it 8.5 out of 10, not 8. Yeah, 8.5. Highly recommend it. Def, check it out. You can grab this Blue Underground DVD for a good price. It's not overly expensive. Def, check it out. If you like Lucio Fulci, you might have it in your collection. Excellent film. That's all I got for the Apocalypse, guys, but I'll be back tomorrow with another film from Fulci. And if you can guess from like the way I did this theme, it's not going to be a horror film, but it's Fulci. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Subscribe, like, comment. Hope you liked the review. Peace out.